All right, hello folks. Tim here again on the Great Rugby Run. 7 miles into day 10. A real tricky run this morning from Totnes down to Paignton here. There's only one road basically, and it's a fairly hectic main road. And the rain was coming down sideways, and yeah, I was getting splashed by trucks and lorries. One of the more challenging runs, hopefully, of the whole trip has been completed. Fingers crossed anyway, but I'm here today at Paignton RFC, who share this clubhouse with Paignton Cricket Club, and a very similar badge there as well. Let's go inside and see who we can find. Hello, sir.
Hello. How are you, Tim? All right?
I'm good. Who are you and what do you do at the club?
I'm Richard Hunt. I'm the Director of Rugby for Paignton Rugby Club.
Good to see you, Richard. Thanks for turning up today. It's much appreciated.
No, my pleasure. Pleased to have you here.
Good. Now, I have played at this lovely ground once before, and as I look outside, the rain is sheeting sideways once again.
Yeah.
Shall we go outside? Because the time I played here, the conditions were actually very similar. So actually, let's just stand inside the door and tell the story, and then we'll go and have a look around outside in a second. So it was when I was at Blackheath, and we came here for a cup tie, and I understand that it's still very much talked about, that fixture.
Yeah, it is, yeah. They were, in order to get the fixture on, there were people brushing the water off the pitch. They were carrying wheelie bins of water from the pitch that morning just to make sure the game was played, to make sure it was playable. I think it was still a mud bath on that afternoon. I'm sure you'll be able to vouch for that.
I can confirm.
And I think you sort of mentioned previously that Tom Lindsay talked about it, of having to chuck in a ball of mud rather than a rugby ball.
Yeah, it was a challenging day for all players, but I can think of maybe scrum half being another one, but a hooker must have been horrific on a day like that. But yeah, very fond memories of coming here to Paignton. Lovely warm welcome. I can't remember who it's from. It's from either from your chairman or president or someone. Shook everybody's hand as we came in from outside.
Sounds like Norman, our president at the time. Very much so, yeah. Okay,
right. Well, let's brave the weather a little bit, and we'll just go outside. The microphone might get a bit crackly here, but let's have a quick look. So here's a lovely pitch. And as we mentioned it just before it came out, you know, shared with the cricket ground, so you've got quite nice short grass. Tell me a bit about this pitch.
So the
Richard.
pitch, sort of since the last time you were here, Tim, there's been a lot of money invested in the pitch and drainage. So it's actually quite free draining now. It doesn't hold the water. We don't have too much trouble getting games on anymore. We haven't had to sort of take wheelie bins full of water off it for several years now.
I love that. It's so old school. It's brilliant.
We're right here in the town centre as the club as well. You can see we've got the train station here. The main high street is just a rugby ball kick away. We're here at the centre of our community. Yeah,
good stuff. Let's go back inside. It's freezing, and probably you can't hear quite as well as if we go inside. Now, just looking straight ahead here, I'll show you. You can see out the doors. You might not be able to see, but out there you can see the sea and 2 massive cruise ships. Tell me a little bit about those, Richard.
Since the pandemic started, we've had a number of cruise ships parked up in Torbay, and on Saturday evening, because there was a fog right across the bay, they had to sound their horns every half an hour, so they were keeping a lot of the residents across Torbay, sort of all those within earshot, they were keeping them awake all night. So there were a lot of grumpy people on Sunday morning here because of the cruise ships.
I can imagine, but you were okay, right?
Yeah, I live just far enough away that it didn't affect me, so I wasn't too worried about it. I was told about it on Sunday.
Okay, well, I feel sorry for all those poor people, but thankfully the ships and everybody else associated with them is safe. Now, we talked about sound outside, we talked about noise from the ships. What are these things on the ceiling that you've got in this bar?
These are the, I think they're called acoustic barriers or absorbers. When we redeveloped the clubhouse, the acoustics weren't fantastic in here, so we've had these sound absorbers fitted to the ceiling. Sort of previously, you'd stand on one side of the bar and you were listening to someone's conversation from the other side of the bar. So they absorb a lot of the their peripheral noise, so that it's a lot more sort of enjoyable to be in here now.
Yeah, not a whispering gallery or something like that.
Quite.
Yeah, good stuff. Okay, let's wander over to the bar because I'm led to believe that let me just show that is something to do with you, this Misty Maid.
Yeah, that's right. This is one of the ciders that we make as a family.
There we go, that's better.
As a family, my family have been making cider here on the edge of Paignton for just over 200 years. And Misty Maid's, obviously, it's the most popular drink in the club. So more of that than anything else. I have to twist the lads' arms a bit sometimes, but they keep drinking it.
Oh, good stuff. But I mean, it's great, like a nice bit of family history within the club.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, my father and my uncle both played here as well, back in the 70s.
Yeah, good stuff. Okay, where are we going next? We're going over here, aren't we? Yeah, I've got to say the acoustics in this room are great now. There's very little echo, but yeah, random to have acoustic things on the ceiling. Okay, let's have a look at this photo up here. Can I see there? Yes. There we go. It should be very recognisable to everybody. What's that about, Richard?
Well, Prince Harry, he came to visit us about 7 years ago to present us with the Legacy Gold Standard Award for our facilities. There was the redevelopment of the clubhouse and the provision that we were able to offer our junior teams. We achieved that gold standard. And in this photo, you can see Prince Harry. And the other gentleman is Norman, who I imagine was the chap who shook your hand when you arrived all those years ago.
Yeah. Let's say
perhaps,
it was. Yeah,
perhaps.
Yeah, I could imagine it was. Yeah, very jolly fellow. I remember, like, just very, very pleased to see us as we got off the coach. Okay, let's have a wander over here to a little bit of history. Which one should we talk about first? Should we talk about this one first?
Yeah, these are two of our. This is Andy Baker and Rich Hogan playing for Devon. They both went on to play for the Exeter Chiefs. Back in the 80s. This must be now. Two of our club legends. And Nick Bagg just above, who was an England Colt. My dad remembers him arriving, or him beginning to play senior rugby for the club. He said it was great because we just gave him the ball, and he was a big fast, strong winger, back in the 70s. And Dad said we just gave him the ball, and he made all of us look good as well because he scored the tries and we kept on winning. Happy
days. Everyone needs a player like that, don't they? And who's this guy here, just hiding behind the TV? Let's see if we can get a shot of him. There he is.
This is Eddie Woodgate, and he's our only England rugby player, only one that we're aware of at least. He had a twin brother, and they both played for Paignton together. I think his brother was an England trialist, and Eddie played for England back in the 1950s.
Right, good stuff. Well done, Eddie. Right, let's go and sit down over here by the table, shall we? Apart from anything else, I need to rest my arm, because how tall are you, Richard?
6'7".
Yeah, my arm's a little bit higher than it normally is. There you go, I can rest it on the table now. So tell me a little bit about the club now. Where are you at? You know, how many teams have you got in that kind of thing?
We're a level 7 club. We play in Western Counties West, covering Cornwall, Devon and Somerset. We've got about 60 or 70 senior players registered to us. The last 3 or 4 weekends, we've had more than 50 players available each weekend, and we can only fit 40 players into our first and second team. So it's been a struggle to get everyone to be playing rugby, which is a good problem to have.
Yeah, and a rare problem at the moment.
Yeah, the senior section's very buoyant. We're lacking a Colt side at the moment, so we've suffered slightly from the pandemic there, and an under 16 sides. But from under 15s, we have sides right the way down through to under 6s then.
Right,
and we've also got under 13s, 15s and 18s girl sides as well.
Oh, really?
So we've had girls youth sides now for 7 or 8 years.
Excellent. So, is there a women's side on the?
We don't have. Well, we hope so. Yeah, we hope so in the not too distant future.
Yeah, as those girls come through and hopefully start building a team of their own.
Yeah, quite.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Now, the location of this clubhouse, obviously right in the middle of Paignton. I mean, it's literally bang in the middle.
Yeah.
That must be really useful for you in terms of bringing in revenue and stuff like that and keeping the clubhouse busy.
Yeah, it's a very busy clubhouse, especially at weekends. Players enjoy it because they can roll on to the late night venues after an evening in the club on a Saturday night. And we get a lot of people come to visit here and have a drink just from outside of the rugby community as well.
Right.
People dropping in for a pint.
Yeah, a pint of cider?
Hopefully.
Yeah, cool. Now, I'm just trying to rack my brains. Was there anything else we said we were going to cover?
I think that's most of it.
I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good stuff. Okay, well, we'll leave it there. Richard, thank you very much.
No, thanks, Tim.
I'm going to be on my way here from Paignton. I might try and time the wind and the rain a little bit if I can, but it looks like whatever time I go, I'm going to get soaked at some point today. So wish me luck. And don't forget, if you can, if you can share and push this content out a little bit wider for me, then I'd really appreciate it, and just help raise the profile of what I'm doing, and also obviously support the charities that I'm doing this for. So thank you very much. Thanks for watching again, and I'll see you down the road.